We're going to be talking more about illegal immigration, and we're going to dive into what the agenda is for the Trump administration. Also, we're going to reflect back on what happened previously during the prior Trump administration. So now I'm going to open up to questions and answers. Will individuals pending a U visa case be protected? So if you have a U visa that's already filed, due process, you have a case that's filed, you should be able to continue with your process and not have that right taken away from you. What's the impact on I-140 waiting times? During this administration, as you may know, they raised the fees a lot and it's supposed to increase processing times. Theoretically, the staff is there. We hope that this administration is not going to purposefully try to slow things down. Usually things will continue to move in the normal way that they do with the public servants that are actually processing the cases. In the last administration, there was a big slowdown. COVID was happening during the same time. The borders were at one point closed. COVID was the reason that was given, but that could also be seen as pretext as well. The resources are there to have things speed up, but just because of the tone of this administration on attacking immigration, I think things are going to slow down. By how much, we'll have to see. With the Trump administration, is it worth applying for a merit-based green card? Absolutely. I mean, if you qualify for a merit-based green card, you should definitely continue to apply. Previous administration, we continued to apply and we continued to get a majority of our cases approved. So it's not like that everything is just going to get denied. There has to be a reason for it. And keep in mind that there's still going to be the same workers there. It's just the people above them may change. So they're going to still continue to do their job. What could happen is there may be more interviews. Right now, it's been a process with less interviews. I think actually having an interview is a positive thing because it allows you to explain your relationship where you didn't get to do that on paper. Would you recommend always having representation of an attorney or try filing by yourself? I would, during this administration, recommend having an attorney. The things that they want to do really is insidious. It just makes sure that you're going to have another person preparing your case that is aware of all of the changes and the changes that happen frequently and will advocate on your behalf to put forth, if you hire the right person, a strong case for you. Do you have a problem if your visa expired 3 months ago? Well, yeah, you're out of status. That could mean you could be put into removal proceedings. When you're out of status, you're not maintaining your lawful status, so that is a potential issue. And we could see this administration targeting people who are out of status more than the Biden administration. What is the waiting time for U visa and bona fide determination? That's part one of the question. And is it going to slow down even more? Right now, we got a case approved, if my memory serves me correctly, about October 2016. That's like an 8-year wait, actually going back to, through his prior administration. When we filed that case, it was probably maybe around 4 or 5 year wait time. And bona fides we're seeing approximately 5 years around there. Yes, I expect things to slow down with this administration even more. Be prepared for things to slow down. Be patient with your attorney, be patient with yourself. That's what's going to happen because the administration wants to make things harder for immigrants. But the positive is that you have your case filed. It should continue to move forward. What do you think is going to happen to I602 waivers? Are you talking about I601 or I612? Well, I'll just talk about both of them. So I601 waivers are 28 months. Again, I think things are going to continue to increase, although we have seen a speed up for some of our waiver cases with I601s. And with the J1 waivers, that's an I612 form. If you prepare a thorough case with all the supporting documents and legal brief, if it's extreme hardship or persecution waiver. So with that, that's taking 18 months with USCIS. We've seen speed up with Department of State, so I expect both of those to slow down. This is continuing optional practical training while a green card is pending. I always think it's important to have an underlying status while your application is pending. It's good to have two things going on at the same time because if your green card is denied, at least you got optional practical training. But of course, to evaluate if there's any pitfalls in that, I need to talk to you one-on-one in the consultation. But especially with this administration, you always want to be prepared to have a backup plan. Advised not to go with the merit-based green card route, to stay the U visa course since it was filed in 2019 and you still have DACA. I don't know the unique situation of your case. There's something else to keep in mind. There's a last action rule. So if you get the merit-based green card approved, that could override your U visa. So I don't know how strong your merit-based green card is, but if an applicant has a strong merit-based green card, that is a lot faster than a U visa case. I can see DACA being attacked during this administration. They tried to attack it last time. It was litigated in the courts. Right now you can renew DACA. We'll have to see if they're going to try to attack that. I guess the U visa case was 2019, so that's about 3 more years. So merit-based green card is 1 to 2 years right now. So that's interesting. Those are some things to think about, maybe some things to have a conversation with your attorney. Make sure you don't consult with a notario. They're not licensed to practice law. Thank you everyone for joining. Really appreciate you having here and participating. We'll be here for you in the next live cast. Bye for now.